From section 7.3, this is number 5. It says the proportion of students in private schools is around 11%. A random sample of 450 students from a wide geographic area indicated that 55 attended private schools. Estimate the true proportion of students attending private schools with 95% confidence. How does your estimate compare to 11%? So we want to try and figure out what they want us to find. And it says estimate the true proportion of students. Estimate the true proportion. That's going to be our formulas with p hats and q hats in it. There's only one confidence interval with p hats and q hats in it that you've learned so far. So that's the formula we're going to be using. And now we need to find our different values for this problem. So we need p hat, we need q hat, we need n, we need our confidence level, and our z of alpha over 2. Now let's go with our problem and see what they give us. Let's find the confidence level first. That's usually the easiest. It's usually at the end. It says estimate the true proportion of students attending private schools with 95% confidence. That's our confidence level. Let's find our p hat now. So they want us to estimate the true proportion of students attending private schools. So we're going to look for a percentage or information talking about private schools. It says the proportion of students in private schools is around 11%. That could be it, but let's keep reading. A random sample of 450 students from a wide geographic area indicated that 55 attended private schools. So here's more information. This 11% is actually their guess of P, which is what we're trying to find here. Remember, P is the population proportion, and P hat is sample proportion. And we're looking for p hat, so we're looking for a sample, we're looking for information on where they give us a sample. And it says a random sample of 450 students indicated that 55 attended private schools. So we're going to be using that 450 and the 55, not the 11% here. And remember, okay, so they don't give us a percent for p hat, but they do give us an x and an n. So they sampled 450 students, that's our n. So n is 450. And remember, p hat is x over n, so this is our x here. So p hat is x over n, and our x here is 55, and our n is 450. So that brings us to, let's put that in our calculator, 55 divided by 450. 0.12. Now, if you want to get the same answer as in the answer in the back of the book, you want to round to 3 decimal places here for your p hat and your q hat. Otherwise, if your professor wants you to round to 2, then you might get something a little different, but it will be very close still. So we're going to use 0.122, just so we get the same answer as the book. So p hat is 0.122. Now to get q hat, remember it's 1 minus p hat, which is 1 minus 0.122, which is 1 minus 0.122, gives us 0.878. So q hat is 0.878. And we have almost everything. All we have left to find is our z of alpha over 2 with our confidence level of 95%. So let's go to our t table. And we have 95% confidence. So we have, remember, we can use this because z's at the bottom. 95% confidence is up here. And they meet down here. So z is 1.96. Okay, so now we have all the pieces to do our problem. We have everything we need. So now let's plug it in. So we have p hat is 0.122 minus the above over 2 is 1.96 times the square root of p hat is 0.122 and q hat is 0.878 over n, which is 450. Is less than p is less than the same thing, but plus. Okay. So now let's plug that in our equation. Let's plug in this part first. So we want to plug in 1.96 times square root of 0.122 times 0.878 divided by 450. Okay, let's go plug that in. So we have 1.96 times the square root of 0.122 times 0.878 divided by 450. Oh, we don't need that parenthesis. So we get 0.030. So now we have 0.122 minus 0.030 is less than p is less than 0.122 plus 0.030. And now if we plug that in, 0.122 minus 0.030, we get 0.092. So we have 0.092 is less than p is less than. Now let's plug in the upper. No, that's not right. 0.122 plus 0.030, 0.152. So 0.152, which is what they have in the back of the book. And they want to know, last part of the question says, how does your estimate compare to 11%? So they're guessing p to be equal to 11%, or 0.11. That's good, because 11% is in the middle. It's in between 0.92 and 0.152. It's in that range, so that's good. Our estimate is good compared to 11%.